What's up guys, Phoenix here, and I'm back again, jumping into Escape from Tarkov in patch 0.9, and it's been some time. It's been a little bit, so I've played a couple hours of the patch, done a few raids, and overall my first impressions of the new patch, I say new, it's probably about a week and a half old by the time this goes out, it's pretty good. Pretty good actually. They fixed a lot of things that I had issues with, like the incredibly slow movement speed. The netcode seems to be a bit better, the AI seems to be a bit better, so there's a lot of things that just seem to be a bit better, which is awesome. You know, it's always good for things to improve. Where there? Okay. Now, I say a bit better, it's not perfect. Things are still a little wonky. For example, the fact that he took a little bit to die. But, hey, overall, it's better than it was. The damage models and the hitboxes and everything has been worked on, improved, and that's always good. So they've added in a bunch of new attachments and shit. But there's been no real major changes. I mean, there are scav bosses, or a scav boss, rather, on customs, who I've encountered once. And, yeah, it was alright, decently geared, adds, you know, a bit of a threat. So, that was good. There we go. Shit. Where is this dude? There he is. Alright. We got anyone else? Fucking hope not. Alright. Fuck. There's someone else, because I heard other footsteps. Just don't know where. Oh, what? Okay. He would have gotten me through. There's a tiny fucking gap. They would have seen me through. Well, fuck it. We'll jump back in. I do really like that 153. That shotgun has never failed me in you know, the entire time I've been playing the game. It's just fucking baller. So, let's jump in. One thing that I have noticed is you seem to have kept whatever rep you had with the traders from last wipe, which is good because, you know, I think if the only way that Battlestate can keep people entertained and coming back to the game is by wiping all their progress on a regular basis, they're not going to keep people entertained for long. And, you know, so hopefully they figure something out in terms of the wipes and all that, and you know, don't have to do them as regularly, if ever. You know, they really need to find some way to kind of, you know, add in replayability. Which seems to be something that the game lacks. You know, once you get to 40, 50 and all of that, and you've done everything, you kind of get to the point where you're like, you know, fucking meh. And the quests add on to that to an extent, but ultimately it'll be interesting to see. I think the game is interesting in the sense that it's one of those things where it started out and was advertised as one thing, and to an extent it's, you know, it stayed true to that, but it's also moved away from what it was initially advertised as, quite extensively. You know, the fact that open world's not coming until after release, if ever, is a prime example. Spawned in late. Really wish they'd fix that, because that shouldn't happen. always hated the fact that you can spawn in late. It's not as though it's a small thing in this game either. Is that it? Oh, fuck. Sweet. Oh, come on. I swear I landed most of those. Ah, well. But yeah, so, like I was saying, the fact that, you know, open world is probably the best example, you know, of the game saying it's going to go in one direction and then it going in a totally different direction. So, it'll be interesting to see how it progresses, especially now that DayZ's starting to get its footing again. And you know, I think that's a comparison that you can make quite adequately between the two games. Is the fact that there are very large similarities between the two games. You know, in the way that the developers have communicated with the community, missed deadlines, you know, survival games. Well, to an extent, but yeah. So I think this update, I've kind of gone off on a tangent, but this update is moving in a good direction. They're fixing a lot of shit that was wrong with the game. They're adding in some new stuff, and they are, to an extent, starting to communicate more with the community. Personally, I've not even bothered looking at the subreddit. I've distanced myself completely from the subreddit and from the forums because it's just become. When I left, it was basically, you know, it was a bunch of posts complaining about shit that, you know, they had every right to complain about, and then that would get swamped by people defending Battle State, and that would end up with, you know, Clean or somebody else having a fucking tantrum, and then it was just a cycle. It was really just a cycle. So I think they really need to get their act together when it comes to that sort of shit. But for all I know, they may very well have. I doubt it, but they may have. Regardless, it plays well. It plays better than it did, and you know. But I think it's important to look at the game not just from the gameplay perspective. God damn it. Okay. Not just from a gameplay perspective, but also from, you know, where's the game going? What's it looking like? You know, how's it moving forward from its current stand? And, you know, better. You know, it's looking like it's moving along better than it was. And hopefully it can continue like this. You know, hopefully they can keep things relatively well in, you know, God damn it, relatively well-rounded. And, you know, they can keep going in a good direction rather than, you know, the back and forth. I really need some meds. Alright, let's push. Okay. Well, that was not at all what I wanted. Ah, shit. He's down there. Take his tag. You know, and I've seen a lot of people return to the game, and I think that's obviously a good thing, but, you know, the update. Was a big part of that. Wasn't coughing like I was a fucking asthmatic. Alright. Fucking whatever. God damn, I don't even know what happened there. Fucking, did I just bleed to death? I may have well, yeah, fucking, whatever. But, yeah, so, we're gonna jump in. Actually, we'll jump in as a scav. And we're just gonna stick to factory, because it's easy to show off, you know, PvP and all that stuff. But, yeah, I mean, you know, you can see from the gameplay that it looks better. even not even playing it, it just looks better. You know, the way that it handles, the way that things feel. You know, it looks a lot better, and that shows when you're playing even more so. You know, you can. It's more enjoyable to play than it was. Alrighty then. We're actually not that late. Okay. Yep. Fuck. The other thing that's good that I've noticed is that scavs, like player scavs, seem to be more friendly, which is pretty cool. So, I also heard talks that they were starting to look at implementing that karma system. And that goes back to the whole, you know, are they going to stick true to their guns? Are they going to go in the direction that they said they would? With the whole karma system and with everything else. So I'm interested to see what actually does happen in terms of that. But I think that's kind of everything in terms of impressions on the game and the update. So let's just do another round or two. Alright. Anything in his pockets? Negatory. Alright. Gonna push. Oh, hang on. I actually reckon I know what that is. That looked like a fucking... Yeah. AI? I don't know. Definitely a scav. But I'm unsure if it was AI or a player. I reckon it was a player. Somebody is... I reckon he's in one of those as well. There's someone over there. How do I get out? Ah, blinking. My extract. I'll actually try and get down there. There you go, that was taunt. Another thing though, still no VoIP, so that is kind of one last thing I will touch on. In the sense that, you know, they have made a lot of improvements, but they haven't really made enough. Shit. Yeah, they've made improvements, but they haven't made enough improvements, you know. Things like VoIP, which should have been in the game a long time ago. You know, it would change the entire dynamic of the game to add in something like that. And, you know, it was never... Yeah, it's been talked about for so long. And realistically, VoIP's not that hard to implement. You know, it's not one of the most difficult features. I'm not extracting. Okay. Now I'm extracting. Whatever. You know, VoIP, and there's the constant anti-cheat debacle. What the fuck? Where there is no anti-cheat. Like, that's, you know, basically how it is. You know, they're just... Ah, you! Fucking crock of shit that was. The anti-cheat's just god awful. What else we got? Anyone else? Yeah. Hopefully I can extract without getting shot. Sweet. But yeah, the anti-cheat's god awful. It doesn't do anything, and Battle State are just lazy in that sense, that they haven't done anything. And I mean, that there's plenty of shit backing that up. So it's one of those things where it's hard. As much as I like the game, I am split because I've been vocal with my issues in regards to Battle State and the way that they handle a lot of things. Yeah, that's no secret. So, I mean, it's got potential, and I just really hope Battle State step up to the plate, and you know, if they feel that potential, and that, you know, seems to be where they're going. So, it's always a good thing. And, you know, hopefully they can get a lot of the people back who left in the last update. And there were a few people. By the end of the time that I stopped playing, just the population on the Oceanic servers was fucking near non-existent. You'd be waiting 20 minutes for a game on Factory, you know, and you'd get in and it wouldn't even be a full game. So, you know, it's a give and take. And it's just a matter of, you know, trying to get back to where they were before. I think they can really improve with their community relations. But overall, is the game fun? I think that's kind of the major point, the main point to hit on. And yeah, you know, from my first impressions from the couple of hours I've spent playing it, it's enjoyable. You know, more so than it was last patch. Kind of how it was, you know, pre-0.8. You know, it was fun to play. There was a lot of people playing. You know, the loot was pretty good and pretty well-rounded. You weren't finding a fuck ton of loot. You weren't bored out of your brains. It's how it was before they did their whole wipe event bullshit a few months back. Alright, he's down. Sweet. Holy shit. Alright, let's get up top. Take old mate out. Okay. Really think he should have died before that, but hey, whatever. You do you. What do we got? Sweet, fuck all. Level 8. Okay. Yeah, there's people. Oh, AI to my right. Oh, you fuck! Of course it did. Shit. That doesn't fix broken legs. And I didn't bring painkillers. Shit. This really is not going to go well for me. Which sucks, because overall this is half decent. Someone to the right. Can't tell if they're up top. They weren't. Where is that? Is he extracting? Yeah, he is. Nah. I'm just gonna fucking hobble over then. Yeah, okay, he's bolting. I'm not gonna... Well, I couldn't even chase after him for one. Nah, okay, maybe he was just firing a few shots off as he left. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. So, I mean, it's kind of all over the shop. I think I repeated myself a fair bit, but you know, it's just kind of getting back into the swing of things. I will try and upload more on the channel as well. So look out for more stuff coming soon. But overall, Tarkov is going in a good direction, and it'll be good to see where it goes from here. But if you've got it, I'd recommend jumping back in and just making that opinion for yourself. But it's worth giving some time to now, which I had a very different opinion of last patch. Anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. If you have any questions, queries, or points, check in the comments below. Also, let me know your opinions on this patch and just the general state of Escape from Tarkov and where it's going and how you think of it and your opinions and all that. Anyway, like I said, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time.